Hey, bestie.
Hey, bestie. How's it going this week?
It's crazy. How are you?
Crazy too.
Yeah. What's your crazy?
We just had the full moon. So, I
Oh
feel
my
like that the full moon
gosh.
makes crazies come out. My mom used to say, like, it made women give birth and like the
Oh.
hospitals would be crazy. Like, I think nurses say that's really a thing is that full
Um,
moons make the craziness come out.
my mom was a preschool teacher, and I'm pretty sure she said it made the kids like psycho.
I think there's something to it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anything new? Anything we need to catch up on?
No. I mean,
Okay, cool.
it was a fun weekend, you
What'd you
know?
do? Wait, oh my God, wait, I didn't talk to you like all weekend because I was working.
I know.
Okay, wait,
I
yeah,
was
so
a
give me a
little
recap.
little worried there for a little bit.
Hold on. Before you get into your recap, let me tell you what I've been worried about, and it's, me getting murdered because
Well, you didn't respond. And so I'm like,
okay, no, ever since you
hello.
gave me all your murder stories, was that just last week? I'm convinced I'm going to be murdered
Maybe you should start watching shows that are true crime shows about murder, and then you can know how to survive.
or just have nightmares and be more scared.
I
You were
mean, you
effective
do
enough.
you.
Listen, every time I put my car in park now, well, I guess not every like, if I'm getting right out, whatever, but you know how sometimes you just gotta sit in the car and, like, hide there for a minute?
Right.
Anytime I do that, I lock my doors because I'm like, "Guess what? I'm not getting murdered today because Abby told me to lock my doors, so thank you. Good luck."
Yeah. Thanks to you, I now know what a prendle is.
Yes, you do.
And the jiggler. Isn't
Yeah,
that what the other one's called?
yeah. Have you seen more videos about it?
Yeah. They haven't been popping up on my thing like I thought they would, though,
Yeah,
which I'm kind of surprised about.
same.
But there's this like rocking one. Have you seen that? Where you have to like rock back, you stand on top of it and you like rock back and forth.
Like a balance board?
Yeah, kind of.
I had to do that in
Except for
physical
it's like,
therapy.
yeah, well, that's what keeps popping up. So maybe, maybe AI is confused.
Have you been falling a lot or you need to work on your balance?
No,
Okay.
no, it's supposed to help with cellulite. So maybe it picked up on cellulite or something.
Wait, the balance board is?
Yeah, you like
Weird.
it's like a stepper, I guess, like instead of
Huh,
stepping though, you just
like,
use your
shift your
legs
weight.
to rock back and forth. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I have not seen or heard that one.
You know. No, last week, you know what?
Tell me.
I do have something big to report from last week. I held myself
What?
accountable and I kicked my own ass and I went to back to the gym 3 days, early mornings in a row last week. So
Damn. Go, girl.
3 claps for me or whatever.
Hey.
I had this thought. Casey, when he was in elementary school, he says he has this elementary school teacher, I don't, fourth or fifth grade, something like that used to give him a button that said ICMM, which stood for I can manage myself.
Stop.
And if, like, at the end of the week, if they still had their button, it hadn't been taken away from them, then they got to get something out of the treat jar. And so, like, I feel like as adults, we need to give ourselves buttons. Like, I feel like I
Dude,
could have that. I can motivate myself.
I could think
I
of
could,
approximately at least 4 to 5 people immediately that need that button.
right? You take it away from them, or you can, give yourself a little treat at the end of the week.
Wow.
So ICMM.
Okay. Okay.
I was pretty proud of myself for that.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. Do you have anything big last week except for work?
I said that's what I'm trying to think.
But you manage yourself at work?
Yeah. Um, I I don't know what happened last week. I feel like it was just chaos. Okay, usually with my job, there's I'd say like 1 to 2. maybe sometimes 3 weeks around, like, Christmas, beginning of the year, where things, like, slow down, quiet down a little bit, and we can kind of play catch up and, like, prepare for the year. We didn't have that this year. So that's why I'm like, "What?" Like, it's February. What happened? And everyone else is like, "January was so long," and I'm like, "No." Like, what happened to it? Um, so yeah, it's all good things. No complaints, but, like, just not what I expected, and, I feel like my brain is just like a spinning top.
Yeah, I feel like usually when the year starts off, it's kind of like our friendship, a slow burn, and you can kind of be a recluse
Right.
during January. It just seems like this year.
Was not that which, you know what? Do you remember when Marcy was here? She said there was a lot going on in January, so if you felt like that when she said that, I was like, "Oh, thank God, like, it's not just me losing my brain." Um, but yeah, I do remember her saying something about there's a lot of planets and I don't know, she said something.
Yeah. It was kind of a fun weekend just hanging out with friends. We went one of our friends, her son is in a wheelchair, and he played in his wheelchair basketball tournament
Nice.
this weekend. It was a home tournament in Kansas City. So because there's not a ton of people in wheelchairs, they have to play regionally. So I mean, they fly to their games or drive, or I mean, they're in Atlanta or Minnesota, or they're not like all here in Kansas City or what have you.
Yeah,
So it was fun to get to go and see him play. He's in high school, and he got to actually play at his high school.
that's cool.
And it was something that I'd never thought of before, but these kids don't generally get to ever play on their own home court. And he was the only one on the team that went to that school. But then also, he's the manager for the basketball team, and
Nice.
they all came to watch his game. So
That's
I
cool.
just thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
It's both inspiring and then also kind of terrifying to watch wheelchair basketball
yeah,
because, I mean, it's almost like bumper cars with wheelchairs
yeah.
too. So it's like
It's like
sometimes they knock
they're
each
like
other out of their
right,
chairs.
they're
They
like
just
ruthless. And like
Yes.
they're so brave, they just go and do it.
Yes. But then also inspiring in the fact that they're overcoming some major disabilities.
Yeah,
Um, and to see them, make these baskets and stuff, like I I can barely make a basket standing, let alone sitting in a
right,
wheelchair, trying to wheel my chair, catch a basketball and bounce it and
right.
toss it and throw
No.
it while everybody's moving. It's it's so crazy inspiring to watch. So loved being there to see it, but also, like I said, it's a bit frightening when you
Yeah.
see them just kind of knock each other out of their chairs and they just get up and strap themselves back in and go on with the
Um,
game.
was ruthless the right word?
What I think so.
Okay, I feel like it is, but like, I don't know. Now I'm second guessing it.
Why do you think it's the wrong word?
I don't know. I feel I feel like it could have like negative vibes. I don't know. I'm saying ruthless in the sense that like they put their heart and soul into it and they're not afraid they go for it. But I feel like
Yes.
ruthless could also be said in a more negative way, but that's not how I'm saying it.
Well, they're going for it heart and soul, and they're ruthless in the fact that they don't like they're going
Like,
after the other
yeah,
team
like they're not
to
afraid.
stop them. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure. um after I said it, I was like, I feel like that can also be said in a like not great way, and that is not how I meant that. So, um, okay, well, yeah, that's cool. And also, I love her because I know who you're talking about. So,
Yes.
love.
Yes. But anyways, if anybody's thinking about, charities or anything to give, the KC Kings wheelchair basketball team is a great one to give to because those families, not only do they have to, buy wheelchairs and things like that for their players to play, but they have to travel. So they don't have an option of having a local team or being able to play for high school or something like that. So great, great group to give to. They do a golf tournament in I want to say the fall, early fall, maybe,
We should do it.
um, or summer. Yeah. And so what I understand is at one of the holes, they have a wheelchair and you have to hit from the
Oh
wheelchair.
my gosh. Okay. Well, I still think we should do the golf tournament, but yeah, girl needs some lessons.
Right. So, yeah, I don't there's probably there may be a wheelchair team in your community if you wanna look them up. I know the team we saw him play against was in Chicago area, so, I have a they're all over, it sounds like, from watching him play for a few years now. So, anyways, that was such a fun weekend, and I'm glad we were able to go out and take part of that because we missed it last year we were out of town.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I worked all weekend, so that's boring. So we don't have to talk about that.
Alright, let's not talk about you then.
Right.
Next on our agenda. Oh, wait. We have to have an agenda first.
True. I did write some things down though, um,
Good. I did
that
too.
like happened throughout the week, and I was like, we need to discuss. Okay, so one question I wrote down as I was editing the episode last week, um, and it's going back to sports. So
Okay.
in our sports corner, whatever. Okay, so you said, what's the new coach's name or new offensive coordinator?
Eric Bieniemy. The
Thank
one that came
you.
back, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which, by the way, Casey would like me to throw out a correction that
A formal
he didn't
correction.
go to be a head coach. He went to try to be a head coach, but he was still an offensive coordinator. He was okay with how I described his position, so I don't need to correct that as well. But
Okay, well, here's my question.
also, if we spent the time correcting everything that we get wrong, we're probably going to spend a whole
It would
show.
be every episode is just all corrections of the
Maybe
last
that can be
one.
like, those extra episodes that shows
Yeah,
have. Ours could just be the corrections.
yeah. We I was gonna say instead of bloopers, we'll have corrections, but we will absolutely have bloopers also. So okay, but last week when you were explaining his position, you said that he comes up with the plays, correct?
Yes, he does. Yep.
Okay,
And
so
I mean,
tell
he's not the
me
only one that does, but yes.
I was gonna say, so educate me. What is Andy Reid's job? Because he's the coach, like the head coach, right?
Yeah. So he coordinates everybody. And then Andy a lot of times calls the plays. I mean, there's not just one person that calls plays. Trick Mahomes also calls some of the plays. It's a whole team. That's why they call it a team because everyone comes together and does it. Like, haven't you heard
Okay, I would say, hold
in the
on.
Super Bowl that Patrick's first Super Bowl win,
Yeah, you told me
he
about the
runs off to
13
the
seconds?
sideline. No, that was a playoff game. But he runs off to the
Oh,
sideline and, uh, he says, "Do we have time for the Wasp?" And he says it to Eric and Andy.
like the corn dogs?
Yes, this was called the Wasp. It was their game-winning play, and it gave them the touchdown. So
Okay. Um, okay, got it.
yeah, I mean, there's more than just him that do it, but he kinda coordinates all of the offensive
So
coaches.
it's kind of like baseball. Like you have a manager as like the main coach guy, and then you've got I don't want to say subs. I don't think it's the right word, but like subcategories kind of under that, and then they all
Yeah,
like
like, you have a hitting coach.
what's that word I'm looking
Eh,
for?
coordinate,
Yes.
which is why he's the offensive coordinator.
I'm so sorry. My brain today is not present while recording. So sorry. Okay.
Is it present?
Ever? Go ahead. Probably not.
I mean, it was hanging out there, like, I feel like people would have been mad if I didn't just say it.
I would say she's present about 69% of the time.
Might be more than me sometimes.
Um, okay. Are you ready for the next topic I have for you? This is actually a question.
Sure, what's next on your agenda?
Okay, so as
Was
I
that
was
all that your question was about?
yes.
Okay.
Easy enough, right?
Yep.
Okay, my
I'm gonna
next,
have to study next time for those types of questions.
yeah, you guys always quiz me, now I'm gonna quiz you, okay? Uh, okay, my next question, I was scrolling on the gram, and someone was talking about, like, hobbies as adults and how it's so easy for adults to just get wrapped up in, like, adult things and lose their hobbies, just not have hobbies and forget about hobbies, and they were asking what people's hobbies were, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually, like, an interesting question and a valid point." So I wanna know, what are your hobbies? Or, like,
I
are
don't
there any hobbies that you wish were your hobbies, but they're just not right now?
I would love to be able to do art,
Oh,
but
like painting?
both painting, drawing, I'm just
Okay.
not any good at it. Like, I've tried the paint and sips, and even
Yeah.
with instruction, they don't come out great.
Wait, I feel like we need to go do one of these now.
I feel like that's setting myself up for failure.
No, it's setting yourself up for a good time.
I'm good with solid colors. When you introduce shapes, it's kinda hit or miss. I could do a paint by number
Okay.
and color, I could stay in the lines, you know?
Good job, Abby.
Freehanding, that's not me.
Okay.
I love to cook, especially
Yeah,
when
you
I have
do,
time to cook.
and you're really good at it.
So that's I guess that's my hobby.
Okay. I like it,
I'm trying to think. I mean, I feel like I used to have a ton of hobbies, but
right? Well, I think that was her point is, like, just as you go through life, you just get busy adulting and going through life, and then it's like, when you actually think about it, it's like, "Oh, shit," like
well, it's just like, we used to joke around that, our parents as they aged, it was like, well, I have a doctor's appointment this week. I can't do it that week. Maybe the next week. They
mhm,
act like they have one thing that's scheduled and they're so busy. But I just feel like, I mean, there's just so much going on that you just get lost in doing things and, keeping up with work and keeping up with the house and
mhm. It's a
figuring out
lot.
what to make for dinner. That's why sometimes now I don't enjoy cooking as much just because I have to do it all the time.
Yeah. It's like
And I
you
feel
have
like,
to, it's not you're doing it for enjoyment.
yeah, and I feel like trying to be creative, especially during the week. One, for me, I'm not a big leftover fan. And also, I've learned about myself that, like, I can't meal prep one thing and then eat that the whole week.
That's how I survive.
See, I get bored with it, and so then I cheat, and I'm like, "Oh, well, while I'm out doing this other thing, I'll just stop and get lunch or whatever." So, like,
Yeah.
I have learned that about myself that variety is the key to life with me, and so I need to switch my meals up. I can't have one thing that I only eat.
Mhm,
Whereas Casey, he likes that routine, and so the more of I'll just eat this one thing at this time and do this, like, he loves that sort of thing, and he always has. That hasn't changed about him.
hmm,
I guess I get bored.
get bored
But
fast.
you meal prep at
Noted.
the very beginning and
Yeah, usually I would try to do it on a Sunday, but lately, Sundays are busy days for work stuff for me. So instead of, because like, I would normally try to do a Sunday reset where it's like, full clean house, all the laundry, everything, shower, meal prep, and, like, that's a lot to fit in one day all itself anyways. But then, like, with work stuff, again, Sunday just tends to be a heavier day for me. So this week, I did meal prep on Saturday because I knew I was gonna be gone all day Sunday, and I was like, "This is amazing," because usually I would end up not doing it Sunday, and then it's like maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday. If I'm gone for the weekend, then it's almost like, what's the point of doing it? Like, I need it for, like, what, 2 more days?
yeah.
So, yeah, doing it Saturday this weekend was amazing. So I was like, "Well, shoot, maybe I'll start doing it on, like, a Friday even or Saturday." But, yeah, I do 1 meal for the week. This week, I did technically cook 2 because I was on my period, so maybe TMI for some, but I don't know what boundaries are. So, of course, when I was planning meals, I was like, "I'm starving." So I did technically make 2 meals, 1 for lunch, 1 for dinner, but yeah,
Yeah, I had used to do Sunday meal prep, so I'd go to the grocery store in the morning and I would, prep all week for the whole week. I have gotten away from Sunday grocery shopping. First of all, I
it's
realized it's like
crazy.
the worst day of the week to go grocery shopping. It makes me hate people.
Yeah.
Um, I just can't believe the rudeness some people are. And they like pretend that they don't see you. And it's like, I just want to be like one of these days. I see you. I see you pretending that you don't see me, but you're
Oh
still
my
being
god.
rude. I'm just not confrontational, so I'm probably never going to do that.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. Some people they have their midlife crisis and they do that. But I did go this Sunday and I was reminded about why I quit going on Sundays. And so I have planned it now so that I do not have to go back on Sunday.
I did this once or twice too, like, kind of on accident, but I went Friday morning, and I that was great because then I think that day for whatever I don't know what I had going on, but I went to the store Friday morning, meal prepped Friday afternoon, and again, like, it was done, out of the way. And then
Yeah,
obviously I have to make up some days towards the end or whatever, but, like, not that big a deal. But yeah, Friday morning is my favorite.
might have to check that out.
I was like, "Do you have a favorite or you just know it's not Sunday?"
I just know it's not Sunday.
Got it.
Uh, Tuesday's been really good to me.
Okay.
I think maybe Wednesday, I've gone on a Wednesday before. So we were talking about this the other day. So, like, are you one of those people that goes and shops for like everything all at once, or do you go for like each meal? Like, do you go to the grocery store multiple times, or do you just go
Hell
like,
no.
yeah,
The grocery store is like my personal hell. Hate the honestly, I don't go to the grocery store until I'm out of, like, actual food and I'm starving. Then I will go to the store. But, like, I will push it as long as I can. I hate it. I don't know why, but I hate it. I hate it.
yeah,
It's the worst. And then everyone's like, "Well, just do drive up or just get it delivered." And I'm like, "Okay, no, because I'm picky." So, like, especially if I get, like, fruit or something, like, I want to pick the pieces I'm getting. Like, I wanna
that's
pick
me.
what I'm buying, which,
The times that
you
I've
know.
done drive up, which during COVID, that was the first time I ever really used it,
Yeah.
just because I am on a medicine that tampers down my immune system. And so I was kind of nervous about getting it. And I was the grocery shopper. So Casey was going.
Mhm.
And then we started ordering them. And the times I did that, like the produce that I got was shit. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Well, and I feel like
please take a moment to look at what you're putting in your cart. If you wouldn't buy it for yourself, don't put it in my cart.
right. And then you always see people with the freaking bananas. They order 5, and then they get, like, 5, bunches, and it's
Yes.
like, I'll just I'll go do it myself. Do I hate doing it? Yes, but, like, I would rather hate having to go and get what I want than try to make it easy and then just get pissed off anyways because I don't get what I want or I get crap. So,
So I've noticed a new trend, people wearing noise canceling headphones
mhm,
while they're doing their grocery shopping. And I'm like, I may need to do that, I think. My only problem is I really can't do 2 things at once. So, like, if I'm trying to grocery shop and listen to something,
yeah,
I'm gonna forget some things even if I have a list, and I'm gonna have to go up and down the same aisle multiple times because I'm gonna absolutely forget what's on my list,
yeah.
and I'm gonna be like, "Damn, I forgot to get the beans when I was over buying the rice," or whatever it might be, you know?
Oh, I always call my mom when I go to the grocery store.
Oh, yeah?
Mhm.
Like, with the
Um
phone up to your ear or
No.
with headphones
Unless I
on?
forget my headphones, then sometimes I'll hold it up to my ear or sometimes I'll just call her on the way or, like, after or whatever. But no, usually I take my headphones and then I'll talk to her while I'm in the store, and I'll be like, "Oh, don't let me forget this," or, "I have these 3 things left," because me being me, I get distracted, and then as I'm like, "Okay, I think I'm done," she'll be like, "Did you get this?" And I'm like, "Nope, I forgot it. Thank you."
So we do use, it's called Our Groceries. my groceries, our groceries, something like that. But it's a list that Casey and I share. So like
Mm,
he can add things to the list and I can add things to the list. And you can have multiple lists going. So,
nice.
we've got one for Costco. I've got one for Hy-Vee. I've got one for Target. There's one for Home Depot. Like, so if one of us is going
Nice.
to a store, we always
Like
say,
round
"Hey,
up,
I'm
yeah.
going here. Add anything to the list that you need me to get from there."
Okay, that's cool.
So, it's great, especially when you remember to look at the list to make sure you got everything on the list
Right?
or to put it on the list. That's the other problem that I have sometimes is that I just forget to put it on the list.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then you don't even have a chance to remember.
Well, the grocery store shopping talk is riveting. So, me being me, let's talk about something crazy.
Okay. I'm always, like, nervous.
Well, this one you maybe should be, but I'm gonna give you a choice, okay?
Well, I just know that you have no boundaries, and so when you
Facts.
tell me that it's crazy, then I start to worry
It's gonna be
about
crazy.
what does she think is crazy?
Yeah. Okay, this one I'm gonna give you a choice because they're both
Okay.
on my list.
I
Option
get to
1,
choose the crazy.
you do.
This might be one of the only times in life I get to choose the crazy.
You know what? That's true. I usually just don't really give you a choice. Um, okay, so option 1, we can talk about periods.
Okay.
Since I just had mine, I was like, I have so many things that we could discuss. So option 1 is we can talk about periods. Um,
Uh,
Option 2, are you ready?
I don't know.
Okay, this came up in a conversation. I can't even say it not laughing, so you shouldn't be concerned. This came up in a conversation. Um, Shoving things up your ass, which you kind of talked about with the enemas, but
First of all, that is an out hole. You should not be voluntarily shoving things up that hole. So,
okay. Well, we at least need to talk about this because how it came up in
no, you said
conversation.
I was
I
gonna have
know,
a choice.
I know, but
I choose
let me
no.
just give you this like intro. How it came up in conversation was they were listening to another podcast, and that podcast, I think they were recapping 20 like the year prior or something, and it was like I gotta clarify because I wasn't fully paying attention, and then when they said this, I was like, "What?"
What did you just ask me?
Right. But it was the podcast was recapping the previous year, and I think this was, like, like, they went back to early episodes or whatever. Um, and some of the craziest moments or something that had happened, and it was, like, the number of times that people in the United States have to go to the emergency room to get something pulled out of their ass, for lack of better terms, because so many people try to shove things up there.
Okay, well, I can guarantee you this. I am not going to be found in the emergency room because I shoved something up my ass.
Okay, can I tell you the number one thing that the most popular thing that people shoved up there?
Drugs?
No, I don't know. I didn't fact check this because I was shook to my core. Um, no, would you like another guess or you just want me to tell you?
Just go ahead and tell me because I want to stop imagining this.
Okay, well, warning. You know corn on the cob?
No.
I'm not done. It's not the
No,
corn.
no, I've never seen corn on the cob.
You don't know corn on the cob? Okay, but you know
No.
the holder things that you put on the ends of corn on the cob?
Yeah.
Apparently, those are, like, the most popular thing that have to get taken out of people's assholes. Again,
First of all,
I didn't
like,
fact check this,
how
but
was there a study done? Like,
I
did
don't
they go
know.
to every emergency room in the United States and be like, "Excuse me, how many people have you had to pull out stuff out of their ass, and can you tell us what it was?" And then,
I mean, I'm
have to
sure
tally.
there's
I'm glad
medical
I wasn't
reports,
that
but
person.
right? That's a crazy job. imagine someone being like, "What do you do for a living?" "Oh, I go through the reports of what we pulled out of people's asses." What? Um,
Also,
but,
this
like
wasn't what I chose, by the way. I was gonna choose the other option. So, really, I feel like you
okay.
gave me fake options.
Okay, well, we'll go back to talk about my period. But, like, also, how do you not, like, skewer yourself with those things? Like, they're literal, like,
That's what I was gonna say
sharp
is that
edges.
seems like a bad option.
Right.
If you were gonna shove I would take the coffee enema over a corn on the cob holder
You
if
think?
I had to choose.
Like, when they told me this, I was just like, "Be so for real." Like, you had to hear wrong. Like, that's yeah. Anyways, okay, so you choose my period?
I mean, sure, let's
Or
talk
w
about it.
or would you like to continue the conversation?
I don't wanna talk about
Shoving things
your
up your butt?
other yeah,
Okay,
I don't wanna
got it,
talk about that.
got it. Uh, okay, so
I mean, I don't have a period anymore, so
I was
there's
saying,
one bonus there.
because see, this is why I was like, we need to talk about this because I have my period. Sometimes she's a bitch. Other times, like this one, not so bad. But I was like, I need to talk to Abby about this because I know you don't have yours anymore.
Mhm.
When did you stop having yours?
When I had a hysterectomy. I think I was
What?
42.
Okay.
You look very
Did
confused.
Well, because I'm trying to think. You know how I just get so many questions and I'm like, whoa, slow down. Like I gotta pick which one I want to ask first. Um, s- so like you didn't know your last period was your last period, right? Or was it like,
I mean, it was a planned hysterectomy, but I wasn't given a lot of time. Well, I was given time to plan for it. I mean, I had other options that I could have chosen. However, one of the reasons I had a hysterectomy was because I had horrible, horrible, horrible fibroids and endometriosis.
hmm
And when we were trying to have a child and going through infertility treatments and all that, um, they did kind of, I'd call it like a DNC, which is what they do for miscarriages,
yeah,
um, to get rid of the endometriosis and stuff that I had, which was pretty mild at the time. But then it just went rampant. And it was like not long after they had done the one, they started seeing signs that it was probably back already. And then fibroids started growing in. And quite frankly, then the periods just got unbearable.
yeah,
Like they were horribly heavy and painful and they would last forever. And I mean, I had one that lasted for, I want to say like 10, 12 weeks, something crazy like that. It
just
was
like a constant period for
bad.
10 to 12 weeks.
Yeah. So then they had to
No,
put me on progesterone to get it to stop and like put me in
that's
temporary menopause.
like 3 months.
Yeah. Trust me.
Holy shit!
And it's like when it's that heavy, like
Like you okay, so I don't really have a heavy period. I would say it's average to light probably, but after I had my miscarriage, my first especially my first period, but I think it was like the first handful maybe, were
mhm,
so heavy, and it's like
yeah,
you don't wanna even, like, go out because you're constantly like, "Did I bleed through?" Like, it's
yeah.
uncomfortable, all the things. Yeah.
Imagine that all
No.
the time.
No.
'Cause it just like, there was no controlling it. My hormones were so sporadic even when they had me on medication. I mean, I had to go on birth control just to help with my hormones,
Yeah.
basically, and they thought that might help with my periods and all the endometriosis and stuff like that, but it did not. And there were just too many embarrassing times where I bled through on stuff, and I was like, "I am done doing this. It's so painful and awful."
Yeah.
That when they gave me my options, the options that I had were not great.
Mhm.
I mean, they all would have left me infertile anyways. And by the time I was 42 or something, I was done trying to have children. And so it was the best option for me to just remove it. It didn't work. And they found like 12 large fibroids that they said were the size of avocados. So like it
Stop.
was almost like being pregnant with a
Holy
child. That's how bad it
12 the
was.
size of avocados?
Yeah, it was like there were 12 of
Damn.
them, and maybe, like, 6 of them were the size of avocados, but,
That's
like yeah,
insane.
yeah, it was really bad.
Okay, so when you had your period, did you use tampons or pads or something else?
Both,
Because it was
because
so
I would
heavy?
bleed through yeah, so
Okay, you know the Diva cups that they do now?
yeah, I have friends that use those.
Um, no, thank you.
Yeah, no.
Couldn't be me.
Also, I don't know how long they would last for me either, but yeah, no.
And people are like, they save the earth. I think they're supposed to be better for you. I don't respectfully, yuck. Like,
Yeah, I don't entirely understand how they work, but I have a friend who loves them, and
I would say,
she's
I'm not,
switched entirely to that.
yeah, people who use them rave about them. But like,
Yeah,
no, thank you.
it's right
And
along
like,
with shoving stuff up my butt.
ugh, ugh, I could, no, it, no, thank you. Yeah, I'm tampons all the way. Um, do you remember the first time you used a tampon?
Yes,
Okay, hold on, let me back up. Do you remember the first time you got your period?
vaguely, yeah.
How old were you?
I don't remember how old I was. I was in middle school, though.
Mhm.
So 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I don't really remember how old exactly, but
I
what
think
is
I
that?
was summer going into 8th grade maybe, or summer going into 7th, but I'm pretty sure it was summer. No, it was summer going into 8th grade.
Yeah, I feel like I was 12 or 13,
Yeah,
but
and I got so fortunate, because I started, like, on the toilet, so it wasn't like a bleeding through anything situation, you know?
yeah, I was at home and my mom, being in the medical
Yeah.
nursing field, that's the word I was looking for. I got a very generic, "Well, Abigail, this is
So
what's happening with your body. You are becoming a woman." And I was never so embarrassed in my life. I was like, "Just give me what I need." Like,
I don't think I told my mom,
really?
which, if you know me, tracks.
Well,
Um,
there was no hiding it from my mom, so
yeah. I, if I remember correctly, it was like I have my sister who's 4 years older, so, like,
yeah.
I knew the drill, I knew the deal, whatever. So I think when it started, I started with pads, which ugh, but I started with pads. So it was like
I think everybody does.
me and my sister shared a bathroom, so I just got it and took care of it. And then I went to my friend's house, and then I don't know how it came up later, but it was very casual, and I think it was, like, over text, like, "Yeah, I started."
See, I only had older brothers, so it was
Okay.
pretty obvious
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And I
See,
think
I
my
just
mom had a hysterectomy at that point too, so it was pretty obvious.
yeah, I just took from Christine's stash, and I was like, "On my way." Okay, so you started with pads.
Yes.
Do you remember the first time you used a tampon?
Yeah, I had to ask my mom for them, and she, like, brought me the box, and she was like, "Here's how you use them," and was kind of trying to and I was like, "Just give me the box. I'll figure
I'll
this out
figure
on
it out,
my
yeah.
own."
So I was it was someone one of our friends was having, like, a pool party, and it was, like, a big deal, and, of course, I got my period, so I'm like, "I can't go to the pool party," because I was wearing pads at that point, and my friends were like, "No, just put a tampon in, it'll be okay." And I was like, "What?" Um, so I was at their house, so they gave me the tampon with the instructions, and I remember my friends were, like, on the outside of the door, like, "Do you have
Coaching
questions?
you?
Are you good?" Yeah, and I was like, "Got it." And
That's
then we went to the pool
hysterical.
party and never gone back to pads since. Fun fact.
Great, well, glad we covered that.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many things that you can talk about with your period because also obviously well, okay, obviously, like, as you're getting older and stuff, like, you have all the hormone changes and all that shit.
Yeah.
So especially after going through, like, the hair test and learning a bunch of things through that, I can catch different things, right? It's like, so 1, like, the color of the blood means something, like, it should be bright, that means things are healthy, right? So, also, just how hormones can affect the symptoms. So, I'm pretty sure this is accurate. If not,
Not we'll add it to our correction
yeah,
show.
we'll do that later. Let me know, slide into the DMs, be nice. Um, but, like, as you're I think it's, like, right before you start, your body temperature drops. So it's like, do you know that? Is that why you're nodding your head?
I believe you're correct. There is something
Okay.
with body temperature that happens
I was like, I think it's right before you start is when it, like, drops down and it's like you're cold.
because a lot of women track their body temperature and,
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for? Viscosity? No, I don't I'm just saying that word. I don't know that that's right. Um, to see when they're most fertile and things like that,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Oh my god, I learned some wild things about all that. Anyways, we're not on that subject today. So yeah, like your body temperature, like night sweats, that's a big thing with hormone. And see, I know a lot about a little. Okay, I know
oh,
that these mean things, but I'm like, I can't really remember what it means or like the
night
why
sweats are
behind it.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so much that happens temperature-wise to your body just from hormones, and, I mean, your skin gets so dry, like, I'm dealing
Hmm.
with this right now is my skin is so dry. All I do is put lotion on it all the time, and I just feel like it's so dry. It's same for the hair.
Is that not like from winter?
I think it's all the time. Your eyes
Oh,
dry out, like, I just start using eye drops and stuff more often, and it's just I mean, I think it's partially winter, but it's
yeah, like that doesn't help.
yeah, it's I mean, but yeah, night sweats are because I mean, even before, you know, I never had great hormones to begin with, and they, put me in a medical menopause for a little while to try and help me out, and it was just like it's like, I'm waking up wet,
Yeah.
and I did not wet myself. So,
Right.
like, night sweats, mood swings, I mean,
All of it.
and if you wanna piss a woman off, say something about her mood to her. Like, we know we're irrational, all right? We
Right.
just don't give a fuck anymore because
Well, and, like,
we've been through it all. And
sometimes you
so
genuinely, like, can't which that sounds like a cop out, but, like, sometimes you really just can't help it. Like,
it's like,
sometimes
I know I'm being short. Why are you being stupid?
also, I will go through phases where, like, sometimes when I'm about to have my period or I'm on my period, I will just cry. I'm not sad. Like, I'm okay, but, like, I will just cry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just gonna cry and let me cry.
Yep.
Okay, but also, and I don't know, okay, I've heard that people don't smell themselves as much as other people smell you or, like, can smell you. I don't know if that's true. I feel like it's opposite. I
Oh, I
was
was always very keenly because I never wanted to be the smelly kid in class. So,
right?
like,
I was talking to another friend about this the other day, and it's like, they thought they smelled, and it's like, obviously, I wasn't, like, up on them, but it was, like, close enough, like, if you smelled, I would know you smell, right? And they were like, "I feel like I smelled. Do I smell?" And I'm like, "I don't smell anything." Um, and we had this conversation, and we both agreed, I think you yourself can smell yourself way more than any other person can.
yeah, I'm very smell sensitive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not afraid to smell myself either.
No. I smell my friends. They'll be like, "Do I smell?" And I'll literally like, if I smelled, I would wanna know.
Yeah. No, but I'm gonna smell myself before I ask somebody else to smell me. I'm gonna be like, I
Yeah,
don't smell me. Do you smell me?
right?
Maybe my sniffers sniff.
Um, okay, so on the topic of smelling and on the topic of periods, could you ever smell your period coming? Because I can.
Smell it coming?
Yeah, I swear. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I swear I can. And, like, again, it's not because when I feel like I smell it, I will ask people if I smell like, okay, I won't ask people, let me back I will ask my friends. I'm not gonna ask a stranger, but, like, I will ask,
Excuse
like
me, do I smell?
right, "Do you smell me? Do I smell?" But no, I will ask, like, my close friends, like, "I feel like I smell. Do I smell?" Obviously, like, in that situation, I'm not like, "Come sniff me," but, like, I swear I can smell it coming, and it's not every time. That's why I'm like, it has to be something to do with, like, hormone fluctuations and stuff, but, like, a lot of times I can smell it coming.
I'm sure it has something to do with your pH or levels or something like that,
Yeah, but it always freaks me out because, like you said, I don't wanna be the smelly person. So
right?
it's like, first of all, I know it's coming, so, like, I guess thanks for the warning, I guess, but, like, also, I don't want other people to smell me, like
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, yeah, it's a thing. It happens. But yeah, like it usually means something's wrong, I think.
right, that's why I'm like, I should probably get my levels checked because it's not that's the thing, though, that's weird is, like, it's not consistent. So it's not like I have one, like, red flag that comes up every cycle. It's like I'll just kind of fluctuate, and it's every once in a while this will happen, or every once in a while that will happen, and it's like, I don't know.
Maybe it's based on your
Yeah.
water intake. I'm not joking.
The timing was impeccable. Um, for anyone listening, I was just getting a sip of my coffee, so Um, okay, so ready for my next topic?
I don't know. I'm going to stop
No,
letting
this
you
one
choose the topics.
this one's not bad, because I just said red flag. Let's talk about red
Oh,
flags. I feel like this will be fun.
in friendship or in men?
Both. Why not? Because I feel like a lot of them can kinda cross over too.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'll go first. Number 1, liars. You go.
Yeah, but you have to know that they're lying. So,
You know,
what do you know like somebody's tell?
depending on the person. Like, if I'm close enough to you, yeah, I can tell.
I don't think I've ever really lied to you. So I don't know
I say,
what
I don't
my
think you
tell would
have.
be.
I don't think you have. That's not a sub at you. That's a sub at someone else, but not you.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, you know.
Sure that I do. But okay, we'll just go with that.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll discuss later because I'm not gonna call anyone out right here. But I mean, I could, yeah, I can tell. It's in the eyes, and I'm big on eyes. I complimented your eyes. Remember, I was like, you have a really good eye color.
Oh, yes.
I'm big on the eyes. Like me and people's eyes. And that's my tell. If I know you well enough,
So
that's
whether or not they'll look you in the eyes or
no, it's I think it's different for everyone because the person I'm referencing, it would be like the movement and
I've read there's like
yeah,
body language experts and stuff that say like
perhaps I should become one.
that there is something with the eyes, like it's either if you look down and to the left, you're
Do
lying, and if you
okay,
look up, it's like you're looking for the answer, or I
I
don't
don't believe
something like
that
that.
for everyone because I will look around all the time when I'm talking and like I promise you, especially I'm not lying. Okay. I just look around. Sorry. Um so that's why I'm like I got a problem with that one because I debunk that.
I was to say, if only we had something, right in front of us that we could look it up on.
Yeah. No, the person I'm referencing, it would be, like the movement of the eyes.
Okay, staring too intensely to try and appear truthful is a tell. Avoiding eye contact. Excessive blinking shows that you have anxiety.
See, this is the problem I have with these things though, is like some people really do just get nervous. That's why I
Okay,
don't
so
think
this
these
is
are like blanket thing. It's like the lie detector test on was that Orange County?
yeah.
Like
So
I'm sorry, if I got hooked up to a machine in a dark room and it was like a very yeah, my heart rate would probably raise too. Like you're just going to be nervous sometimes. That's why I'm like, some of these I don't like it as a blanket statement.
So this says like it's a myth that if you look up and to the right that you're lying. And then it says that it's also a myth that liars avoid eye contact. In fact, in reality, they often overcompensate by holding more or more intense eye contact to seem convincing. So then it says more reliable eye clues are inconsistent eye contact. So they may look away and then look back at you intensely to see if you're buying what they're saying. The pupil dilation and increased pupil size can signal cognitive load or stress. Their blink rate, so excessive blinking often indicates anxiety or stress, and then a lack of engagement. Well, duh, they're not engaged in the conversation.
Right. Good one. Okay, but also, like, here's my beef with that. Did they not just explain, like, every possible situation?
Yeah.
Like, okay, great. So everyone's lying to me. Cool. But no, my tell is like if I know the person well enough and I have caught them in a lie before, like just catching on to those things, I guess. It's not like I'm trying to like I'm not like studying you, but like if you're
Yeah.
with someone long enough or you know them well enough,
It's also, I believe it's a fact that a lot of time if people are lying, they'll give way too many details, which
yeah.
I give very detailed stories,
I see, I don't
but
like that either because I feel it's per person. I don't know.
yeah. Okay, so I started watching The Traitors.
You did?
I did, and went ahead and started
Yay!
on this season, the 4th season, just
It's fine.
because
Yeah.
yeah, I
You
figured
don't
that's
need
what
to see
everybody
the
else is
others
watching.
to
Yeah,
catch them. I mean, you should still go back and watch them because, especially, like, I think it was 1 and 2, um, it was funny. So, like, you should, but yeah, you don't need to.
yeah. But there was one. We can talk. I mean, you know who the Traitors are. So
I was
she
gonna
wasn't a
say,
secret.
spoiler alert, if
Yeah.
anyone doesn't wanna know, we're gonna spoil things, so there's your warning.
Which also, if you're just not caught up, I mean, you know the Traitors, the first episode, except for the secret one who
Who they are, yeah.
yeah. Was this the first year that they did the secret
The
one?
secret yes.
Okay. Anywho, so Lisa, this was the episode where
Rinna?
they're in the cages. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, yes,
they're in the
okay.
cages and whatever. And so I actually didn't see who they ended up deciding to let go, but they were walking back in the room, and so the where I left off on this episode was Lisa was like telling her experience
Mm. Oh,
about being tied to the tree, and she's
the
giving way too
details.
many details, and I'm like, "We're gonna know you're lying here soon." So.
Right. Oh, I can't wait for you to catch up.
But
Okay.
it was kind of funny because they had the opposite opinion. They were all like, "Oh, she's she's got the details."
See
And I think it was Ron was the other guy. I think
yeah,
he was like they're like, "He didn't really give us much to go on."
right. That's why I'm like, I think you need to know the person because if it's, like, not their
Any
normal,
change from the
I get
normal behavior?
yeah, yeah. It's not fair for me to say, "If you tell me a lot of details, you're lying to me," because that would be every conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I don't like those blanket statements. I think it's 100% per person.
Okay, one of my big red flags,
Yes.
if you're rude to the wait staff.
Ooh,
If
a
you're rude
good
to
one.
anybody, to be quite honest.
And besides rude, yes, but also if you just don't acknowledge them. Like, who do you think you are?
Yes. I'm very much of the opinion I am not better than anybody else,
No,
and I don't wanna be friends with or date anybody who thinks that way.
no.
So,
And I'm like, it feels so good. Like, think about when you're out in public or whatever, and someone like genuinely is just nice or like smiles or like says something like okay, well, maybe not your grocery store. I feel like you don't have this experience. But like at the grocery store, if you're like looking at something on the shelf and someone's like, oh, that's great. Or like, a little chit chat here and there. It's like, it makes you feel good inside. Like, oh, there's nice, happy, good people. So like,
yes,
be that. Do that. I'm gonna say it, don't be a bitch.
right? And I mean, there's appropriate ways to say, like, hey, you messed up my order, or can I please also get this, even though I've asked you 5 times for it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are times where you have to, like, step up and say, "Listen,
Yeah.
I've asked for this, not getting," but there's a way to do it
Right.
and be respectful
Right.
of that individual. I think if you're just rude and you feel like those people are there to serve you, and I say it's especially with wait staff that I notice it,
100%. It's my
then
biggest, yeah, I have many, as some people will tell you, but it's one of my biggest pet peeves where people just don't even acknowledge them,
yeah.
and it's like, "Say thank you."
Yes.
Like, oof. Yeah. Okay, that was a good one.
You're
Hmm.
welcome.
Yeah, thank
Mic
you.
drop.
Mic drop. Episode's over. I'm trying to think of other red flags. Hmm.
I'm going back to, like, when I was dating.
I don't see, I'm big on vibes and, like, just natural chemistry,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, I'm I'm sure this will shock everyone, I'm not a big dater, so, like, I'm not gonna go on dates with everyone, I never have been like that, um, so, like, if you're, like I like to do me, I like my space. If I wanna talk to you, I'll talk to you, but, like, when you're trying too hard, ick.
That
Calm
gives you the
down.
ick.
Right, if I'm not, like, reciprocating, back off. That's a red flag, and you can wave your flag over there. No.
I will say too, like, I don't want somebody that relies on their friends too much.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah. Okay, like, I would say another red flag is, like, kind of the same as that, but, like, being a bad friend also, and, like, only
Yeah.
showing up for people, whether it's friends or family, like, only showing up for them when there's something in it for you or you want something.
Yeah.
That's a red flag.
Another red flag, um, would be, like, kind of what I said about Amanda. Like, if you're telling me your resume or, like, the resume of whatever's going on around you or whatever,
Yeah.
if you feel the need to tell me the resume every time you talk to me, why?
Ick.
What are you trying to prove to me?
Yeah. No.
Then I worry that you're probably lying to me.
And, like, yuck. Um,
Are you taking notes? Like, I feel like you, of all people, should be taking notes.
I mean, we're recording this, so I could just go listen again.
Listen to it while
Um,
you edit.
yeah. Okay, also 2 other ones.
By the way, we
Oh,
were watching some murder show last night, and it was like somebody that they met online. He killed her. Spoiler alert. In case he's like, "Oh, we should not let Steph watch this one."
thank you, Casey.
I was like,
Meanwhile, you're
"Well,
like, "Let me send
she's
it to her
already
right
said
now."
she's not doing the dating apps." I go, "I feel like we should make her watch this because it was a whirlwind romance.
Oh
Like,
my
he
god.
just, love bombed her and tried swept her off of her feet." I'm like, "Whenever that happens, it's not a good sign."
No. Um, okay, 2 other red flags. 1, inconsistency. If you're, like, popping up when it's convenient for you and, like, yeah,
Booty calling.
ick. Sure, that falls under that, yeah. Um, ick. Also, oh, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I would say along those lines, like Casey's always said, if you want it to happen, it'll happen. Um,
That's what
like
goes
if
through
you
my
want
head
there to be a
all the
first
time.
date, you ask him out, like you make it happen. If you want there to be a second date, you make it happen.
Okay, but also
Like,
what goes through my mind is if he wanted to, he would.
yeah. And that's where, I mean, playing games, like,
Yeah,
just don't play games,
right.
you
If
know?
it means something to you, then act like it.
Yeah.
If not, don't waste my time. I got shit to do. I got plenty of things I can do, okay?
Right?
Um, man, what was I gonna inconsistency and what?
Ghosting. I mean, if they ghost you, that's inconsistent too.
Yeah. Um, ooh, this is well, this is why I take notes for you during the week, so I don't forget things to tell you.
You didn't have that on your notes?
No. Maybe this week, I'll just make a whole note on the red flags that I think of, and then we can continue the conversation next week. This
TBD.
is this is really gonna irritate me. Yeah, to be continued.
Okay. Because I feel like if I can think about this a little while,
Yeah.
I'll be able to come up with more, but
We'll have to
also maybe
do
our listeners can come up with some.
yes, slide into my DMs. Um, yeah, I'm sure I could come up with enough to we do a two-part episode, my god. Don't tempt me with a good time.
Oh, okay. I also take notes. First of all, it popped up on one of my things on my phone. Did you know E has a new reality TV show? And they have gone back and signed some of the original Real Housewives of New York City. I almost said characters. I don't think they're characters. They're
I
people.
mean, yeah.
Women to a
These
new
hold on.
show.
These ones are characters, you could say it.
But yeah, they've signed Luann, Ramona, Sonia, Kelly, and Jill Zarin.
Jill,
Um,
shut up. Okay,
mhm.
wait. I only kinda know about this because you asked me about it earlier, but I don't thi you didn't say Jill,
It has
right?
been confirmed, and it's gonna be showing on E! And first I have to say, like, you're brilliant because when Bravo did the relaunch of New York,
Yeah,
and it's fizzled out, so they're not recording with those people anymore,
yeah.
they better hurry up and start recording for New Jersey because otherwise,
Well, I never
E!
watched New
I
Jersey, but
think you
yeah.
should go after New Jersey because they were among my favorites, and I'm really kind of sad that they haven't been recording anything with them anymore.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, take the people that have been put on pause, as Dorinda likes to say, and start a new show with them.
Hmm.
See where their loyalty lies.
Um, speaking of Dorinda, are you loving her on Traders?
I am. I am. I don't. I mean, I'm not that far into traders yet, so I
I know
can't
that's
give you a
why
whole lot of opinions on it. Other than I do kind of want to be on the show now.
see? It's like I don't want to because I know I would not be good at it, but also, like, I want to for the experience.
Yeah. So I guess I'll give the spoiler alert. Like, I think Mama Kelsey failed
She did.
by
But
not trying to get involved in the drama.
I was gonna
But I
say
also think that anybody, I think it's a very fine line because I think anybody that, if she would have tried to get involved in the drama, she would have gotten called out then anyways.
yeah, and I completely understand where she was coming from because all of those people at least had one other person that they knew going into it. She didn't know these people going into it, and she
Yeah.
even said she was like, "I'm starstruck, like, I watch you guys on my TV." So, like, I get that she was very reserved and like, "Holy shit, like, what am I doing
But
here?"
I did kind of think that she was an obvious choice for a traitor because I
100%.
didn't think that, and I think that's why they were on to her so much in the beginning.
Yeah.
Um, I would not have chosen her to be a traitor. If, like, I was
Mm-mm.
designing the show, I would not have chosen her to be a
No, she was
traitor.
way too obvious.
Yeah.
Which, let me tell you, I know for sure season 1, I would have to go back and see, like, who the traders were. I don't remember, like, per season or whatever, but I know season 1, I called one of them before the show even started. Just seeing the cast, I was
Really?
like, "That's gonna be a traitor." Sure as shit. I'm like, "Maybe I should go on the show."
Yeah, when I heard Mama Kelsey, I didn't even know anything about traders. When I heard Mama Kelsey was going
Yeah.
on the show, I was like, "Oh, she's a traitor. She has to be."
Wait, what episode are you on? When they're in the cages?
No. So it's the morning after. So they just started coming into the breakfast room. So I don't know. I mean, I know who they were talking about
Who
eliminating, but
who's been voted out so far?
um Mama Kelsey.
Okay, so I can say this. At one point, before she got voted out, obviously, she was on the show.
Mhm.
It was, I think, during a challenge or something, she quoted, and she may not have meant to do this, but she quoted vigilante shit, and I clocked it
What
like
did she
that.
say?
She said, "Don't get mad, get even." And I was like, "Don't get mad, get even."
What I love though is that everybody's like, sorry, Swifties, don't come for me."
Right? because they know we will.
But it's also like, it's not like you're getting voted off the show, or is there a
Yeah.
part of that eventually where they do get voted off by the public? They don't, do they?
No. No, no, no.
No.
But I was gonna say also, that's a game. Swiftie,
Yeah.
like, they may jokingly go after you, but, like, they won't really go after you unless you, like, real life fuck some shit up. Like, you're just playing your game. We get it.
Yeah. How did we get on that? I forget.
Haters. Oh, the E Show and
Oh,
Dorinda. Yeah.
Dorinda, yeah. Yeah, no, Dorinda needs to be on a show. I love Dorinda.
Yeah.
I was always a big fan of Dorinda. And then I thought, okay, so they're doing a new Traders with normal people, it looks
Yeah.
like,
We should, you
which
know
I think is
what?
great.
Since you like it now, we should apply as, like,
Yes.
best friends and trick everyone.
Yeah. Well, because nobody knows anything about any of
Anyone.
these
Yeah.
people, right?
Like, you don't know what
And
their normal,
everybody knows
mannerisms
stuff
are and
about
stuff.
the stars. And
Yeah.
like, if, especially if they've seen each other and things, I agree with their tactic of getting rid of the gamers first, because those gamers know too much.
Yeah.
Like,
They're winners of, like, Survivor for a reason.
yeah, and like Big Brother especially, like, that's
I've
a
never
big
watched
mind
that, so I don't
game.
really know about it, but
I only watched 1 season of it, but I just didn't see the real purpose of it, so I got kind of bored with that one, but I do like this one. You have, you know, it's not only a mind game in the sense of you've gotta be get people to think that you're not a traitor
mhm.
so that you can vote everybody else off, but then you have to do the challenges too,
Yeah.
and so you also are invested in getting the pot up, because if you win, you get that pot too. Like,
Yeah. There's a lot of, like, facets to it.
yeah, there's a lot of strategy and general paying attention to what people say and do. I
Yeah.
do I have been told, and I do think this. I have an innate sense of people,
Yeah.
and I can read people really well,
Mhm.
um, which maybe made me good at my job. But there's nothing ever that's 100%, but I just feel like you gotta pay attention to the little things, but also
Mhm.
the big things as well.
Yeah.
And I will say this, Portia did say, "When I killed so and so," I was like,
Right?
she did say that.
Right. Um,
She did make her own self look like a traitor.
as a little spoiler alert, there's another situation like that coming up where someone else
Okay.
says, "We killed them." And it's like, and it was caught
Oh,
immediately.
that happened during a roundtable,
Okay, then
and they
there's
were like,
another
"Did you
one.
just?" They were like, "We just heard you. Like, you just said we did
Yeah.
this."
The one I'm thinking of was not at the round table. So then there's another one besides that. But it's, yeah, it's like, how do you mess that up?
Yeah.
Because, like, when you're at round table and you vote people out, you're banishing them. You're not murdering them. So it's like,
Yeah.
whatever. Also, I love Mark Ballas on The Traitors because obviously I love him from Dancing with the Stars. And him and his wife, they are a band together. Their music, I don't know if
Okay.
I don't know if you say they're a band, but they're musicians, whatever. They make music and it's good. Um, so I love him for, like, all the things he does, but he's a lot of fun on here. And at the beginning, I feel like he was kind of
Quiet.
under the radar a little bit, yeah, but he's becoming more vocal and stuff now, and I'm like, "Yes, love." So I'm rooting for him.
I also like the fact that Stephen Clutty's on there because he was from
He was from
Laguna
Laguna
Beach
Beach,
and the
right?
hills. Yeah.
Okay,
But then it says he's on One Tree Hill. So then I had to
thank
go and look it
you.
up because I actually never watched One Tree Hill.
Me neither.
But he ended up becoming a main character on there, it said.
I was like,
I
"Wow,
looked
that's
it up.
crazy, they made a typo."
I know.
I just assumed because, like, The Hills, One Tree Hill, they
Yeah.
messed something up, but okay, good to know.
Well, I was just like, is he more known for that? But probably those people that watched One Tree Hill.
I guess.
I knew him for Laguna Beach.
Same.
So, and then the Hills spinoff,
You know who I actually think would be so good on The Traitors?
Kristen Cavallari.
Yeah, I do.
I could see that.
Was she wasn't on it already, was she?
Well,
No.
considering I'm only
I was
4
gonna
episodes into 1 season, I'm gonna say I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
She's not on this season, I can guarantee you that.
No, I don't think she was. Okay. No, she was not she's not appeared on The Traitors, and she doesn't understand why everyone wants her to go on The Traitors. Bitch, because you'd be so good at it.
Well, apparently she
Please.
doesn't think so.
No, she'd be so entertaining.
But she's another one of those people, you couldn't make her a traitor because it's too obvious, and
Yeah,
then if you didn't make her a traitor, it wouldn't be doing her justice, I feel like.
yeah.
Do you feel like you'd be better at being a traitor or being a what are they called?
Faithful.
Faithful. I was gonna say
Um,
a fresher, and then I was like, "No, they're not freshmen."
no,
I
a
don't know what the word
freshman?
is.
No, I think I would have to be faithful because I can't lie and, like, my face tells everything. So I think if I was a traitor, I would either slip up at some point or, like, my face somehow if there was, like, a murder in plain sight, I don't something would happen where my face, like, people would catch on, I think. So I think I would have to be a faithful.
I can't lie, I usually tell myself, like, even when I was growing up as a kid, like, I would tell myself
Yeah.
on things. But I think if it were like, if I were supposed to, I think I could be pretty good at it. I don't know.
I say it's hard to say not being in the situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I I I think I would have to be a faithful, but maybe I'm the best traitor you've ever seen. I don't know.
I think I would be better as a faithful
I no. Say that no, I
because
take it back. There's no way I could be a traitor. I would someone would ask me and I would just, like, smirk and my
no, I would say of
dimples would show.
all of the true crime shows and stuff that I've watched,
Yeah,
like, I know how to out people, like,
yeah.
make them give themselves up. So, I think I'd be better as a faithful.
I think it would be really fun to be a traitor, like, in that situation where you're kinda control. Oh my god, my sister!
Hi.
Oh my god. I think it would be fun to be a traitor in that situation, but yeah, I don't think you know what's actually so crazy? Okay, so when I was, I think in middle school, like 6th grade maybe, I was in Girl Scouts, and we went and did a murder mystery. Dude, when I tell you, this was the creepiest house I have ever, like, seen or been in or the vibes, like, it still freaks me out just thinking about it. It was like an old farmhouse type of thing. So it was
Like
murder
an abandoned
mystery.
farmhouse?
No, it was like it was a business, like, they did this as a thing. Um, but it was a murder mystery, so you get your character, whatever. I think we were kinda young for it and, like, didn't fully, 'cause, like, when you're in 6th grade, you're not going to murder mystery parties, right? So it's like,
Right.
"We're doing what?" But you get your character, and it was a weekend long, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it was just one night, I think it was, like, a whole weekend, and there's, like, the different things you do, whatever. Um, there's obviously a murder, and no one knows who even the
Doesn't
murderer.
it have to start with a murder?
No, it was it is the middle or the end of the
Okay.
weekend or the night. I gotta ask my mom if it was one night or 2 because now I'm just curious, but doesn't matter. So it's towards the end of the event, and everyone was told to go in their rooms. There was a murder, everyone's gonna be investigated, but you need to stay in your rooms and someone will come get you. Let me tell you who was the most scared the whole weekend.
You.
To no one's surprise, me. Let me also tell you who goes to who goes upstairs to see the quote dead body to get investigated, finds out they're the murder. Also me.
You were the murder.
I was like, I murdered her. The
You
most
didn't
scared.
actually.
I mean, it was my friend, and she was laying there like laughing. Like it was again. We were too young. I think it was fun, but like we weren't the right audience. But
We
yeah,
had some friends in our old neighborhood, they used to do a New Year's Eve party that was a murder mystery party, it was a lot of fun.
I say that would be fun for New Year's. Kind of
Yeah, so
different.
you were given your characters and you were given them ahead of time, like, maybe a week or so ahead of time?
Yeah.
which was fun because then you could, like, start texting the other people in
Mm,
character, you
okay.
know? So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't think I was the murderer. I don't think I was.
Yeah,
Maybe I was, I don't
I have
remember.
a T-shirt that I still have as, like, a pajama shirt at my mom's, and it got a picture of the house, and it says, "I survived murder mystery."
I think I like a good murder mystery party. I think traders party would be a good idea to
Yeah.
have. I wanna start throwing more parties. I kinda
Do
got
you?
now the habit of doing that. One of my friends told me this week, she has an outfit, and so she's gonna have this party because she needs a place to wear this outfit to, and the theme of the party is, "I have no other place to wear this outfit
Uh,
than this party." So, like,
I love it.
if you just have, like, I don't know, a ritzy dress or something like that,
Yeah, just wear
like,
it.
I don't wanna give her outfit away because
Yeah,
she's gonna have this party. I'm like, "That's a brilliant idea for a party," and now I think I need to have more parties.
yeah. You should.
It's
You should.
got me wanting to have fun again. I shouldn't say again.
Wait, yeah, what?
I was always one to have a party, ready to throw a party, looking for an excuse for a party. I think I got out of habit COVID. I think
Yeah,
it didn't change me, quote unquote. Like, it's just people you were frowned upon if you had
yeah.
parties.
I
And
say it changed
then
everyone
I
in
think I
some
got
yeah,
lazy. Well, yeah, I think I got lazy and it was just kind of like,
yeah.
I can only handle one night out these days. The other one's got to be at home.
Except for the weekends I'm there and we go hard both nights. But we don't do that every weekend that I'm there.
I was like, last weekend we didn't even leave the house.
We
The
didn't.
last time we were here. So,
Honestly, one of my favorites. One of my favorites.
right?
Yeah. Okay, so we need to our homework is to think about red
Look up red
flags.
flags.
Yeah, take note.
Gotcha. Okay.
Take note.
Great.
Also, why do I keep giving us homework after these
I don't know.
conversations? What's
I
wrong
liked
with
it better
me?
when you gave yourself homework.
Okay, well, this is easy. All you have to do is basically keep a log of when people do things that give you the ick or annoy you or piss you off. No problem.
Also, while we're talking, we need to thank everybody for listening. We
Yes.
are over 150 listeners in our first week and a half,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Very.
I thought it would be a few of my friends, and that was it. So,
Yeah.
thank you everyone for listening. Hopefully, you like it. If you do, please go out, rate, review, subscribe, all those things. Tell your
Yeah.
friends
Share it
about
with your
it, share it out.
friends.
Also, we'd love to hear from you. If there's topics that you have that you'd like us to talk about.
Clearly, nothing is off limits. So bring it on.
Yes, Marcy will be back. I believe she's going to be back on the 18th
I think so.
episode, which we'll record on the 16th. So if you have questions for Marcy about astrology, please let us know. We'll make sure she's aware of those. But otherwise, we'll talk to you next week, I guess.
Yay. Okay. Love you, bestie.
All right.
Oh
Love
my
ya.
God. And I'll
Bye for
see
now.
you in 2 weeks.
Yay.
Yay. Okay. So much fun. Great.
Bye.
Bye.